I could be your angle, or I could be your demon. Take your pick. I just really wanted to show you guys that I can now make my mascot a little angel or a little devil. I love it. Please, it's the best thing ever. But on to today's video, we have a package to open, but it's actually quite a special package because it is from a brand new LpsHoney boutique store that has opened online. And this particular store is actually run by a fellow LPS tuber. I should really say like co-owned because there are two owners. One is a LPS Instagram user and the other is an LPS tuber. So it's pretty cool that members of the community are now opening their own stores. I know for a fact that I will absolutely butcher everyone's name, so I'm just going to put the two users on screen. I will leave links to both their Instagram and YouTube channel in the description down below. But like I said, they recently opened up a new LpsHoney store and actually reached out to me and asked me if I wanted to check out some of the LPS they had. They did supply me with a discount code. I just wanted to disclose that to you guys, but I did pay for these items as well. So I'm going to give you my honest opinion and reaction to the condition of the pets and everything like that. So without further ado, let's get straight onto the package and just see what they're like. Oh, and of course, links to their shop will be in the description as well. The name of the shop is LpsHoney LPS. I hope I'm pronouncing that right. Oh Lord, please. But yes, it's all up and running as we speak, so definitely check them out. Link in the description. And of course, I'll let you guys know more information about the store once we've opened the package. So here's the package. I'm pretty much going to have to blur everything on screen, but I still wanted to show you guys that, you know, I actually have a package here with me. My address is just all over it, so I apologize for having to blur the screen, but let's just cut it open and get into these LPS. So first of all, we have a little thank you note, and I really appreciate these. To me, whenever a store includes like a little handwritten note, it really shows to me that they care about their customers, so I really appreciate this. There's also this little red baggie, which I think the LPS were originally inside of, but it did come undone during shipping. It's not a big deal, but it was nicely packaged. It just kind of fell out. And then for the actual LPS, I ended up ordering these two right here. I ordered this collie and this little inchworm, which technically isn't like a full LPS, it's a mini LPS, but I love the inchworms, and even though I actually already had this green and purple design, I ended up losing mine recently. I don't know where I lost it. I'm not sure if I lost it while I was doing like a photo shoot or something, but unfortunately I did lose mine, so I'm happy to get a replacement for that little guy. And of course, a collie, bro, like, oh my gosh. Let's take a look at the collie first. From my understanding, this is a 100% authentic LPS. They do, I believe, sell some fake LPS on their website, but they are always listed as fake. So you will always know whether something is authentic or fake, which again, I really appreciate. They're very honest about what is authentic and what isn't. This one here is authentic. I had a quick look. It does have a clear neck peg, which is a really good indicator. And I trust them. Like I said, it's run by two people who are like in the LPS community, so I trust them with their judgment of authenticity. Overall, it looks like it has been cleaned as well, which is very, very much appreciated. So many LPS packages I've gotten in the past have just had super dirty LPS, so knowing that this one is really clean is such a relief because I don't have to worry so much about scrubbing him down. But yeah, this is a collie that I've personally wanted for a super long time but haven't been able to find for a decent price. Like I said before, I did receive a discount code, but even without the discount code, I think it was pretty reasonably priced for what you got. So yeah, there he is. So freaking happy to have this collie. It's definitely been one of my favorite collie designs that Hasbro's made. So I'm so happy to finally add it to my collection now. Look, I may or may not be obsessed with collies right now. But now that we've had a look at this strapping young man, let's move on to our little inchworm down here. The star of the show, the real star of the show right here. Look at him. Oh my god, what a handsome man. So like I mentioned before, I actually did have this inchworm and lost him, but I absolutely love the LPS inchworms. I believe there's also a fully purple design as well, which I don't have and would love to eventually get. But when I saw him, I knew I needed to have him to replace my lost one. So I'm super, super happy to have him. I'm so upset that I lost my original one, but so glad that I could get this guy. So now the whole squad is back together. These are all 3 of my inchworms that I own. They look so cute together. If you guys saw the picture I posted about them on Instagram, you know that I love these little guys. And now that I have 3 out of, I believe, the 4 designs, I think they made 4 or 5 different inchworms. So I've almost got all of them. I'd love to eventually get all of them, but for now, these 3 are gonna have to do. The 3 musketeers. I love them to death, and so happy to get this little guy. He's so unique as well with the color designs, and he's also in really good condition as well. He looks very well cleaned up, so no complaints for him. And that pretty much concludes everything I got in my package. It was a small order, but at the time their shop had just opened, so they didn't have a huge amount of stock, and you know, your girl's a little picky, so I really wanted to make sure I got LPS that I would love. Now though, they have many more LPS listed on their website, and they update it super regularly, so there's definitely a lot more to choose from now. So I'll tell you guys a little bit about their store, where they're located and everything like that, just so you guys can get a rough idea about what you're getting yourself into if you do choose to check them out and maybe buy some LPS. So some basic information I just want to let you guys know is that if you do purchase from them, your package will be shipping from France. They are located in France. So for all the European LPS collectors out there, I'm sure you're super ecstatic to hear that, because it means that there is an LPS store closer to you. They do ship worldwide, however, because I'm all the way in Australia and the package arrived to me with no issues. It took a couple weeks to get here, which is pretty much the usual shipping time, so there were no real delays or anything like that. As for payment methods, they do accept PayPal, which is my preferred way to pay, so I'm super happy about that. And they also have a pretty easy to navigate website with different areas, for example, popular LPS, fake LPS, blemished LPS, etc. And of course, they have the prices listed per LPS, and they seem pretty reasonable. Of course, you will need to convert the prices to whatever currency you're using. So for example, what you see on screen is in euros. So you can pick up a Cocker Spaniel for about 14 euros, which is pretty reasonable in my opinion. Of course, the popular LPS are always going to sell the quickest, so if you want to keep updated on when they're going to be updating their website with new LPS, make sure to follow them on their Instagram, which I will link down below. But with all that said, I think it's time to give you guys my personal opinion from my experience and the LPS and what I think overall, and whether or not I think it's worth checking them out. So I'm going to start off by saying yes, I do think they're worth checking out, especially if you are in Europe, because I know there's not a lot of options for European LPS collectors. I also had a really great experience with them. They were both very kind and sweet to deal with. They contacted me on Instagram and we talked over DMs. I never had any issues. Everything was really straightforward during the checkout process, so that's a big plus for me as well. And of course, the LPS themselves were in great condition, really well, nicely cleaned up and looked after. I think one thing that would really be cool and like really, I guess, improve, I guess is the word I'm looking for, would be to add some accessories as little bonuses for your purchase, little extras. It's not something that I think they need to do, but it would be a cool little bonus to show appreciation for their customers. Maybe just like 1 or 2 accessories are always appreciated in the LPS community. But besides that, I have no gripes whatsoever. I'm so happy with the LPS I received and the service overall. So like I said, I would highly recommend you guys check them out if you're looking for a new LPS store on the market. And that pretty much concludes everything I have to say. I'm just super happy to finally have gotten a collie that I've been wanting for years, and also a nice little replacement to my lost inchworm. I'll leave you guys with one more overlook of the 2 pets, and of course all links to Instagrams, YouTubes and shops will be in the description down below, so please go check it out and maybe consider buying some LPS from this brand new store. Thank you guys so much for watching today's video. If you enjoyed, like always, please don't forget to like, comment and of course subscribe, and I will see you very soon. Bye guys!